Hi there, it's Jen and I'm back with another process video. Today I'm using the Felicity Jane Fla La La kit from December, and I love this kit because while I love Christmas colors, the reds and the greens, and I like the traditional Christmas, um, most of my photos, especially snow kind of photos, have bright pinks in them, as you maybe saw from those photos I'm going to use. So that's my daughter and my niece, and so I like this kit because all of the papers are black and white and this kind of grayish color, and I just love it. So it works perfectly for my photos, and then I just chose to leave out the accessories that had those red and green colors in them, so it worked out great. So I knew from the get-go that I wanted to use this kind of star patterned paper as a background. It kind of looks like falling snow because it's more concentrated at the top and it kind of lessens toward the bottom. And so I'm using that as my background, and then I used polka dot paper to map my photos. And I cut that Let It Snow, that black little tab thing out of the cut-aparts that come in the kit. And now I am using some of the stamps to stamp out. This circle says December 25th, and I'm using some liquid platinum embossing powder from Ranger. That is the perfect kind of soft silver color, and it matched those kind of beigey gray colored papers really well. What I found when I heated this up is that stamp was a little bit too intricate for embossing, and so I'm going to use it anyway, but you can't see the December at all. And I just punched it out with a 1-inch punch, which I got in my stocking from Santa. Thank you, Santa. And I'm going to use it anyway. It doesn't matter if it doesn't say December. In fact, I'll stamp the word December on another label here in a minute. So here are those cut aparts, and I'm cutting out that black label. That's what I'm going to stamp December on. And then I'm also cutting out this little kind of flag that has the star on it, and I will use that on my page as well. So I'm kind of going to the blacks in the cut aparts for this page. And then one of the flair that came in the kit is this little cross-stitched deer, and I love it. So I'm going to play with it a bit on my page, and eventually I'll find a spot for it. So that word December fits perfectly in that little label, so I'm going to use the same embossing powder, the liquid platinum, and emboss that. And I'm just using my EK Success powder tool to take away some of the static before I stamp it so that the powder doesn't stick where I don't want it to. And then I'm just using some tweezers to hold it while I heat emboss it really quickly. And in real life, that word December, hopefully you'll see in the still shots at the end, it's like dimensional and just beautiful. It embossed so beautifully. So there was a little bundle of just various fibers that came in the kit, and this one kind of looks a little hairy, for lack of a better word. It's white, or it's kind of like a creamy white, and I'm just going to glue that along the top of my photos. And I just really like the way that it looks, and I know it doesn't look like snow, but it just felt like it fit in with it kind of somehow. And then I'm going to go ahead and staple that label to the top. So here I'm making kind of a diagonal with my black pieces. You can see the star at the top, then the December label, and then Let It Snow at the bottom. So now I'm trying to decide what else I want to do, what else I might want to add. And I was struggling to find things because I had forgotten that I put most of my Felicity Jane kit in with my December daily kit that I made up, and so I'm just digging through that to find some of the other things that came in this kit that I can include on the layout. And then I pull out a few other things as well that I might want to use. So we got this little bunch of sequins and little gems, and I'm going to pull out all of the silver pieces, and there were little wood veneer circles, and I'm going to pull those out as well. And I'm just digging through. I dumped it into a little jar so that I could dig through more easily. And I'm just finding all of those, like I said, all those silver pieces and the little clear gems. And then I did pull out the wood veneer stars as well, but I don't end up using those. I just decided that I'm going to use those sequin stars, and I decided that was enough. So I really love that little silver bow, and I move it around a lot, trying to include it on the layout, but it doesn't make it. And where it is right now, it probably could have stayed. Maybe I'll go back and add it, because I like the way it looks. So I'm digging through something right now. Oh, I'm digging through that kit again. I knew I had some tags, and I wanted to stick a tag behind that December little label. And so I was searching through my December daily kit to find the tags that came with the Felicity Jane Fa La La kit. And so there I find that little black one. That's the one I was looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and include that on the layout as well. And then I also found some old vellum that I had cut up, and so I'm going to use that on my layout as well, just as another kind of texture or different element to bring into the layout. It ends up being really subtle, and you can only really see it when you look at the layout up close, but I like it. And I used another one of the fibers that came in the Felicity Jane kit to tie onto the top of that tag. And then I'm just going to glue this vellum behind that little cluster at the top, and then it pokes out at the bottom next to where it says Let It Snow. And then this other little piece I'm going to cut into a banner shape, and I'm going to layer it with that black star banner at the top. And I like the way that looks. And here I'm just going to finally adhere that cluster of photos to the bottom. And I'm just realizing now I included a photo of, so it's my daughter and my niece playing in the snow, but I also included a photo of like kind of the aftermath when they come inside and just kind of take all of their, I don't have a mudroom at my house, but I have like this little area right next to the door, and they just tossed all their stuff there. And so I was going to write something about that, and I completely forgot, but that's okay. So I'm using some silver shimmer trim from Close to My Heart, and it's just like a glitter tape. I'm adding it really subtly to the top of the photos. And my cluster was a little crooked, so I'm just kind of trying to adjust it here. And now I'm going to adhere my top cluster. And I'm just being careful to only put adhesive where you can't see it on the vellum. And then I'm going to staple it on the top. So I stapled down the label. Now I've stapled those banners at the top. And I'll end up adding staples in one more place. So I just cut a small skinny strip of that silver shimmer trim again, and I'm going to stick it next to that black label, and I just kind of cut the edge diagonally so it looks like an extension of that point, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to play around with where I want to add all of these sequins and things. So at first I just kind of clustered them around the main clusters of my layout. But I end up changing my mind about that, and I don't know if it was for the better or not, but we'll see. I remembered that I had gotten my Quick Sticks tool at the American Crafts Warehouse sale, so I decided to put it to good use here because those little sequins and gems were so hard to pick up, and it was so much easier with that Quick Sticks tool. So I was glad that I had that. So I was digging through my wood veneer stars from my stash and pulling out some of the asterisk shaped ones because it matches the star shapes on the background. So I thought I might add some of those, but they don't end up making it. I played around for a bit, quite a bit, deciding where I wanted to place these different elements. As you can see, I'll just move them around again and again. And then I pulled out some silver sequins from my stash as well. And I was thinking the gem and the tiny sequins that came in the Felicity Jane kit, about the same size, and I wanted more variety in the size, so I'm picking a larger sequin from my stash and taking off the sequins from the Felicity Jane kit. And then I decide maybe I'll just use both of them. So I just end up adding in a little bit more. So here you can see I'm just adding more of the sequins and the gems, and I still haven't glued anything down. I'm just kind of still deciding where I want to put things. And then I thought maybe I should have these all going, since I have that diagonal going with the black, maybe I'll place all of these sequins and gems diagonally from top to bottom. And it kind of mimics the snow falling effect of the paper. So I decide to go with that plan. And I'm just trying to make it look perfectly imperfect. I don't want it to look too thought out, but I don't want it to look crazy either. So once I decide where I want to put those pieces, I grab my liquid glass and I'm just unclogging it. Oh, it's not liquid glass. It's Glossy Accents, but they're the same thing. And I'm using my Quick Sticks tool and my Glossy Accents to just, I'm picking up the sequin or the gem, putting a tiny dot of the adhesive, and then sticking it right back down. And this worked really well and went pretty quickly. So I don't use sequins a whole lot, but I'm glad I have that Quick Sticks tool for when I do, because it was really convenient. And I'm just putting a little bit more glue where those star sequins are, because the middle of them goes up, and I wanted to have, I wanted to have the dome up rather than down, and so it needs a little bit more glue to fill in that space underneath it, if that makes sense. And once I get these all glued down, I'm pretty much going to work on my title. And I'm just going to clean up a little bit because I'm messy. And so I'm just putting a few of these things back away so that I can concentrate on what I'm doing. I pulled the stamps back out and thought maybe I would stamp some stars, but I decided not to. So I went and grabbed a bunch of different letter stickers that I thought might work for my title, and I really love these Echo Park letter stickers. They're from an Alison Kreft collection, and I pulled them out the other, like a few videos ago, and couldn't remember what collection they're from. I still don't remember. Capture Life, maybe? Yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, I am spelling out, my title's going to be White Christmas, so I'm spelling out, I'm spelling out the word Christmas with those letters, and I'm trying to, I had planned on putting my title at the top right of the photos, but the word Christmas obviously wasn't going to fit there, so I just decided to put it at the bottom. And my title, again, is White Christmas, so I wanted to do the word white in white stickers, and so I'm using these white stickers in, I can't remember, is it Rocky Lullaby or something like that. I really like that font. And so now it kind of looks like White Christmas Let It Snow. So that works. And then I decided I wasn't sure on those white stickers, and so I pulled out my Teresa Collins stickers, my tiny little ones, to see if I wanted that instead, but I didn't. So then I decided to commit to my title, and I just start laying it down. And it seems weird. I live in Utah, so that's a very wintry state. Like our state, I don't know if it's a slogan. It's on the license plates, says Ski Utah, and so we're known for snow, but we hadn't gotten any snow that would stick. I live really close to the mountain. I don't, like it's right basically in my backyard. And so that was really weird that we hadn't had any snow that was sticking until Christmas Eve. And so we were thinking we wouldn't have a white Christmas really this year. But fortunately we did. And so my daughter and my niece were able to play outside in the snow on Christmas Day, and so that's what this layout is about. So I do end up using those Teresa Collins stickers for my subtitle. It says "We Had a White Christmas." And in just a second here, the video is going to cut out, but all that I ended up adding was that flare that you see me with there, and then my journaling and a date stamp. So here are the close-ups, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I look forward to sharing more videos with you throughout 2015. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.